Hey, so today I want to show you a quick demo. We will start with a quick demo of how this system is work, the transcription from the sales conversation that I'm having or me on or the team member having with a potential client. So I want to share with you guys, we build a system that take the transcription from the sales conversation that we are doing with potential clients. You just upload that transcription as a TXT file inside our CRM, which is we're using Airtable, and then automatically it's transform this transcription to our proposal through PandaDoc API. And today I want to show you a demo, like how we actually is doing that. This move is like basically save us like tons of time because we are building custom proposal for each client. So it's not just like generic services. We really want to understand like exactly which type of service is really going to make impact and growth to our clients. And yeah, I want to show you behind the scene how it works. So I guess we will start with a quick demo of how the system is working, because I have some proposal to send now. Let's do it. So what workflow is doing, we're using to build all of this workflow. I highly recommended to use Claude Code, okay? Using Claude Code to build this workflow inside n8n. There is like a huge benefit of using Claude Code with MCP tools. So basically the MCP tools is giving you access to n8n, so you can read all the current workflow on n8n, and it can do the debugging with n8n, and I will show you more. It has, of course, access to the CRM, MCP to the Airtable, so you can also debug the Airtable and understand which data sync in, sync out, do the diagnose, and I will show you some really critical skills that we develop in order to diagnose and to keep the context pretty good for the workflow. Yeah, so we build everything here from Claude Code inside n8n. So it starts from here. Basically, there is a trigger on n8n. It's the trigger run every five minutes. It's looking for the right trigger on the Airtable. Yeah, I think I will show you just how generally it's work. It's looking for different different keys into the Airtable, and it's like going through a process here that everything is described here. So basically, okay, so let me show you, and then we will walk through all the workflow, and I will show you what exactly we did here and how you can use this workflow to automate your sales process in that way. If you find it valuable, and I'm pretty sure you will find it valuable, I will make sure to send you open source, the template that you can also use it. We have the CRM here, as I mentioned before, Airtable, and we're using, if you're not familiar, and I can highly recommend this transcribe software called Tactic. What you need to do, you just need to meeting. It's triggered very well with Google Meet or Zoom or whatever. You just export as a TXT, and then you just drag the TXT into the Airtable. You upload the transcription. Then you make sure to add a name that you would like to see on the proposal, obviously to add in the email that you also would like to send through Doc API. Then you trigger as a new, and you go back to n8n. What it's going to do here is going every 5 minutes to new status, and then it will pull out the content from the TXT file, and then all this amazing workflow will start. So let's activate it manually and then look on the execution to see what's happened. We don't need to look on the execution. So everything is running. We're using a lot of HTTP. We're using here AI generate from OpenAI that you can see here. We're using the top tier model to not miss anything, any important information. We have hard rules that everything will fit into our proposal templates. We have some validates here. Hopefully it will pass, but it will pass. Then, yeah, it's just finished the pulling out all the content by our templates. And now it's going to send the link into the CRM with the link to PandaDoc, to the proposal. What it actually is doing here is picking up the services that we discussed with the client. We are in a smart way picking up the services. I will show you quickly that on PandaDoc. And yeah, it just finished. It picked up 7 services. And now it will send everything, it will push everything to Airtable, okay? Workflow executed successfully, amazing. Then we will back to Airtable, and you can see it was light as green, and we have a proposal draft ready for our review. The only stuff that we need to do is to upload an image into the proposal, and let me show you how it works. So automatically he detect the email of the potential client. He put it over here as a signature. Sorry, it's in Hebrew, but basically because the conversation was in Hebrew, we have here the name of the client. We have here personalized message, especially for the clients. We have here is like why to choose us. So we have our format to explain why to choose us. So basically we're taking, again, the data from the conversation and we personalize everything. We have one pager of like everything that we discussed with the client, and also like a quote. You can see here a quote from the conversation with the client, because when you quote a person, potential clients, like you quote him and he just remember, yeah, this is what I said. So it's like increasing the conversion rate, of course. So obviously you can control all these pages. You can do small editing, but I just reading that, and I'm sorry it's in Hebrew, but I need to work on this proposal. So I'm sorry for that. Next time, maybe it will be in English. But yeah, it looks amazing. And the best part is like, as I mentioned before, is basically choosing the right services from the conversation. So he knows that we discussed about meta ads, and he choose meta ads and as a proposal. In a proposal, also we discussed about Google ads, meta ads, and we discussed about AI agents. So it will get here also the AI agents. We discussed about measurement and lead management and UTM, and to organize all the business measurement, because this is the really important layers in each marketing operation that you must to organize, and you must to fix your measurement layer, that you can see exactly how to do the marketing optimization, okay? And we discussed about production days, and it's just amazing, okay? So I just, the thing that I need to do here is just, as I mentioned before, to upload his logo. Okay, I'm going to do a screenshot from his website, for his updated website, and it's ready to go. Yeah, I wanted to share with you the process. So everything starts from Claude Code with the MCP access that allows me to do debugging and to create this workflow much efficient that I used to build those workflow by hand 1 year ago. And it's just amazing to see how the amazing progress that we are at now in this time of the year 2026, like as a huge progress from what it was being like 2 years ago. And yeah, so maybe we should discuss about the workflow a little bit. So we have the trigger. It's looking for every 5 minutes, the new status in order to start the trigger all this workflow. Then we have some like a lock mechanism that have some logic that making sure that only one proposal are running and at the same time. Then we have the process of sending everything to OpenAI. Actually, I need to make sure we're using 5.2. So right now, I think they released for the 5.4. So why not? Let's use the 5.4. I will do that. So you can see as the output is actually like transcribing everything. And after that, so go through OpenAI by the necessary format. Then it's calling to PandaDoc API. So when you rely on outside API, they have their own documentation and their own way to access and their own rules. So of course, so we make sure we read all the documentation and we know exactly how to work with PandaDoc, which is amazing. Yeah, if you like, just let me know in the comments, and I would just short up the workflow and make sure it will be like a base template that everyone can use, okay? And you can develop your workflow on top of this amazing system workflow that we built. And everything here is quite complicated, but kind of straightforward and clear. So I just wanted to show you like what is the logic behind PandaDoc, because you really need to understand that. So on PandaDoc, you will go back, right? Register, I guess, as an enterprise. Right now, they're not showing the pricing over the page. It's like a sales tactic, I guess. But I can tell you, I pay annually something around $1,000 a year. So it's around $1,000. So it's around $100 a month. So take this into consideration, but it's like really worth it because all the sales process dependent on this API, and if it's saved a few hours each time, so absolutely worth that. So just take this into consideration, but you can also start a free trial with access to the API and everything to nail you down, and then they will convince you to purchase because you are locked in. But probably from the research I did, this is the best services that allowed you flexibility and allowed you to do this kind of stuff. So it's worth that. Notice, you should understand that if you want the AI to pick up the right services, you need to work with content library. So basically on content library, I divided by services that is a one-time fee, a retainer fee, and like the general like terms pages. So here you can find the template for like, I don't know, this is the template, I call it the decision-making helper. So it's like a one-pager. And so it should be template gallery, monthly retainer. So just let me tell you back. So the best way is to work with the content library, because you can build ID for each services. And then from working from Claude Code and MCP, PandaDoc MCP, it can really fast understand the ID for each services and build your logic pretty smooth. So the AI can understand which services are discussed on the conversation, and then to recommend and to bring you the output of the first draft with the right services that you discussed on the conversation with the potential clients. So this is the way to do that. So many people mistaken and doing that on the documentation template. So it cannot work on the documentation template, because the documentation template, the differences is that if you have some repetitive, similar template that you send each and every time, you can do that. But if you're looking for flexibility and the AI will choose the right services from the conversation, this is not the way. So how I build it here, I just have the general pages that use the template for the general pages. So you can see here we have a placeholder. So I build like this specific ID. So I build this ID. I told Claude Code, listen, this is the ID for the intro. So those pages will never change. We will always need them. Why to choose us? Okay. And personalization page title and personalization page text. It's taking from the conversation. And then I'm like, okay, decision-making helper. So it's another page from the conversation. So I can choose, it will generate it. I can choose if I want it, if it's overwhelming, so I can just in one click to remove it. So I want to keep this flexibility because sometimes to make order and because sometimes you discussed about so many growth marketing services with the client, and to have these kind of pages and to organize the thought of like from where we start, what is the process, it's sometimes can be very efficient and very important. Yeah, it was really important for me to show you that how it's working behind the what is the best practice to work with PandaDoc, because if you don't know, so you will not get all the flexibility of AI choosing for you. And yeah, that's the process that we are doing here. Of course, we're using some advanced features here with AI agents and many automations that we're doing here. But yeah, it's just saved me a lot of times because it's ready to send. It's ready to send. I'm just going to upload the company's image. See, it's here on draft, company's image, and I'm going to work on what to send over email. And yeah, I'm ready to go. It's amazing. Instead of imagine the work, I should come here, I should choose template, I should getting lazy. So most of the time the content was generic and I didn't put the content into the right places. So as much you personalize the proposal based on the conversation with a potential client, you have the chance, you increasing your chance to nail and to close the clients. So you higher the chance for higher conversion rate. So yeah, hope you enjoy from this kind of content. So if you enjoy this kind of practical content, and maybe I feel like to really to dive into the technicality even more and not just to the demo, yeah, just let me know in a comment. And of course, please subscribe to this to my channels. We are talking here about growth and system that's really help my agency to, in a real life, helping my agency to streamline and save time and to use all this AI and automation and to generate growth in the end of the day. So if it's for my sales process that generates growth, or if it's I can duplicate it for the processes of my client to increase the sales on that sales and marketing. And yeah, that's why we're doing this kind of stuff. And if you want this template, so let me know also in the comments. I will build this template. I will build this template that you can build on top of it. So you can take this workflow and build on top of it for your specific use case, because everyone have a specific use case. This different CRM, different workflow, but you can take it and hold the hard stuff with the API and the workflow. Just we did it for you. So my pleasure to share it with you guys. This is JSON file that you can just upload into your n8n and start to work from there. I will put it in a comment below or in the descriptions. Cheers. Thanks. Thank you for watching. See you next time.